Now, Roxanne, why did you have to sponsor one of your members, as it were, to take a petition to the United States Security and Exchange Commission over the controversial 2.25 billion bond scandal? Questions are being asked that a vote of no confidence in the petition that a member of yours is already put before Shraj. What are you seeking, really?
Now, I believe part of the answer lies in your question. You describe the transaction as controversial. We are saying that the major stakeholder in this matter, which is an American registered company, is ordinary resident in the US, in a particular state. Upon hindsight, you recall that Ms. Cotton came to this country with a particular name, and when indeed in the US as an American citizen she has another name, it was discovered and she was incarcerated for that. So we wanted some of these due diligence matters to be looked into. We are also minded of the fact that there could be a conflict of interest situation in this matter, being a director of the Templeton Company and being a chief executive of an ordinary registered company in Ghana, which company we know is owned by the sitting finance minister, has a huge stake in it.
It's a listed company, it's not owned by him.
Yes, it's a listed company, he has shares. We're also saying there could be insider trading issues. And so all these matters exercise our mind in filing the petition. We want the petition to be heard on its merits. If our reservations are proven, there are consequences. If it is not, we exercise our rights legitimately in this matter. So on these grounds, yes, it was good we filed the petition.
And you're doing all of this despite the load of information and explanation that has come from government, showing clearly to a majority of the people who also believe same that there's nothing untoward about
which load of information? You see,
you speak about the issue having been, done under some secrecy. They say no.
Indeed.
And they give evidence that it was not done secretly.
Which evidence?
You talk about the need for Attorney General's involvement. They say, well, or as it were, Parliament's approval. And they say, no, this is not the position. And they point to you that that's what the previous government had also been doing anyway. And in any case, there's a schedule that allows for all of these things to be done. There's been approval for a bigger, basket, out of which this one is coming out from. So all of these explanations you don't take.
You see, this petition is peculiar. We are not raising these issues in the US. I think your question, if you are asking me to speak generally about the matter, fine. But I answer specifically in respect of the merits of the petition before the US agency. But moving from the generals to the specifics, we have raised those concerns. They have denied by way of a response. Now, we say that we still insist on those matters. If you look at the timelines within which the bond was issued, it was simply hurried. At the time that the Mr. Trevgain came to Ghana, we had not received any information regarding the issuance of the bond. So on what basis did they come to negotiate in respect of a bond, an anticipated bond to be issued? We have raised these matters. So we are not speaking in terms as if playing politics with the matter. We are raising really fundamental issues. All right.
And I ask a question.
Yes.
You are saying that because of an individual who is within the issue and who is in America, but you are saying that what you have taken to you have taken to
yes.
the entity,
yes,
what you have taken to
yes.
Shraj
yes.
will not cover that as well. Shraj cannot make a pronouncement.
It's been raised. It's been raised among other issues. But the issues we are raising in the US petition are about three 3 simple issues. But the Shrag one talks about plethora of issues. And we cannot rely on the finding of Shrag to deal with matters in the U.S. I know you know, in respect of conflict of law situations. Look, the bond is a legal document. It's a legal document. Now, which laws will become applicable when there are disagreements? So our petition to the U.S. is materially different from the petition that has been sent by Mr. Broja Jemfi.
The Securities and Exchange Commission here in Ghana suggests that you ought to have petitioned it.
First of all,
yes.
On what authority did they say so? Yes. Okay. On what authority?
Anyway, well, let me hear from Kweku before we continue. Now, yes, Kweku, what do you say about what the minority is doing? People are saying the minority is seeking to play its role very effectively as a minority in Parliament, and they ought to be applauded for the manner in which they are going about it. After all, if there is investigation, it only brings a lot more sunshine to what is going on.
Well, they are entitled to the option they have chosen. They've gone to the U.S., to the Securities and Exchange Commission, and there's some merit in that because of the FT's presence as a U.S. body, and so there's no doubt about that. And it's not the first time. I recall an Adako petitioning the Department of Justice to investigate the Cosmos EU transaction Jubilee thing. I also recall something happened in the Cosmos and Talo Modek case that went to the Securities and Exchange Commission, in the US. So there's a precedent. And I think they've triggered the appropriate jurisdiction in terms of the legal regime. As to what the outcome would be, I know in my mind's eye that it's just going nowhere. They've embarked on a fishing expedition. They will make no catch. They will go to sea and come back empty-handed. The net will be empty. They are asking the U.S. to look into conflict of interest and insider trading. There will be nothing there for them. They'll be embarrassed. I've said somewhere that they are only seeking to internationalize their incompetence, ineptitude, and embarrassment. And that will come to pass. Interestingly, there's a gentleman from their party, Broja Jemfi, who is gone to Shraj. He's also entitled to that. He's asking for them to look into conflict of interest. That will go nowhere as well. Our own friend Adaoud,
Victor Kojoga Adaoud,
has written to the AG,
Attorney General for Information.
I will leave that to Deputy Attorney General. And then some group, I'm told, went to Ghana's Securities and Exchange Commission, and they've been told that that's what they claim. I haven't seen anything. That the board, there's no board, I think, so they cannot investigate. And I hear them saying that the Ghana Securities and Exchange Commission had to give an approval before the transaction. That's not true. You see, this thing, I say a certain group, not the NDC.
Not the minority.
Yes. Okay. Because there are about 5 things. The minority appears to have abandoned their quest for parliamentary inquiry by going to the US. That's the impression I get. See, why I say this thing is going nowhere. There is absolutely nothing illegal, unconstitutional, or improper about this transaction. And there's enough evidence to show that what happened with this 2.25 billion bond is what has been happening since 2015. These are pre-approved. This present budget, the 2017 budget, if you go to paragraph 851,
yes,
the liability management thing, it captures the legal regime for this. Same way with the Appropriations Act 2017. It appropriated the net financing, the domestic financing of the 12 billion. So there's proper legal basis. In terms of transparency, when Parliament adopted that format about issuance calendars, it was meant for transparency. the book runners, those 3 book runners, is it SAS, Barclays, and Stanbic, they deal with the market players, the investors. That itself is part of the transparency process. These are documented. This FT group, I have the records here. They have been participating from 2015 to about 2017. They have had about 9 or 10 times participation.
I don't think the minority has denied that.
Oh. So where comes the conflict of interest? So suddenly, because Ken Ofori-Atta became finance minister, we suddenly must now be examining the role of FT in the domestic bond market. And they talk about a percentage and claim that in terms of that, then it makes it virtual private investment, so akin to foreign loan. Look, Article 181, Clause 1 and 2 are the basis for this particular market. 1815, 3 to 5, deals with the Eurobond, the classical ones we know, because those ones, even the transaction prospectus, actually are dependent on foreign laws of foreign countries. Look, I am uneducated when it comes to finances, economics, business. But even me, in my small corner, my research tells me that what the minority are doing is just waste of everybody's precious time. It will take us nowhere.
You said Article 181, which clauses are applicable to this particular transaction?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. One
yes.
says that Parliament may, by a resolution supported by the votes of a majority of all the members of Parliament, authorize the government to enter into an agreement for the granting of a loan out of any public fund or public account. And 2, an agreement entered into under Clause 1 of this article shall be laid before Parliament and shall not come into operation unless it is approved by a resolution of Parliament.
And this market, this particular business, as I said, if you go to paragraph 851 of the budget,
has already been approved.
Of the financial policy.
Yes. And then the Appropriations Act appropriated the net domestic financing. The government talked of 12 billion that we need to finance. So in that context, and that's what has happened from 2015, all those other budgets, go and check. So in actual fact, that domestic bonds market has become like pre-approved. That's why you have a situation where all the transactions that were done in 2015, not a single one had to be sent to Parliament again. It's pre-approved.
Okay. So you are differentiating from what the NDC's argument is supposed to be, that this will sit within Article 1815.
Yes, yes, they got it completely wrong.
Commercial transaction.
Let me give you these details. July 16th, there was a 5-year bond. July 2016, FT was involved. The parties they took part in. June 2016, February 2016, November 2015, October 2015, October 2015, May 2015. All this did not go to Parliament because it was deemed pre-approved. Based on the approval of the budget 2016. That's what, and it's all in the Hansard. Why suddenly were they asking that this one should have come to Parliament?
But beyond that, and going to the US, it's about the question of the conflict of interest, not about this one.
Yes, that's why I say it appears they've abandoned that one. By silence here is not withdrawal. They haven't told us that. They should tell us. But the conflict of interest, I say, well, I don't know much about that. But you see, suddenly because Ken Ofori-Atta has become finance minister, we are being told that the role that FT plays in our domestic bond should be brought under the mirror. That's what we are being told. It's up to them. Let them go and give the evidence. That is also another waste of time.
Before he comes.
Yes, what's it?
If you recall, during the vetting of the finance minister, this issue concerning his interest in other companies vis-a-vis his official public office now duties, whether he can assure this country And the question was asked by the Honorable Suwini.
Yes.
And his answers are for the records.
Yes. Is that?
You understand?
It has nothing to do with this.
No. Kweku, just calm down. You've sought to bastardize the process. But I can assure you that, yes. No, you are saying, even though you agree that it is our right to exercise, you are saying that you believe, in all sincerity, that we are going to internationalize our ineptitude. And I find it very offensive.
Oh, it's an opinion.
Yes, but it's an offensive opinion to pass against a whole majority.
Unfortunately, I cannot withdraw it.
Yes, you are entitled to not withdraw. But we find it very offensive that if it is our right to exercise, we believe in the merits of the petition. That is why I'm saying, let the petition be heard on its merits. And if the finding is not in our favor, so be it.
Okay.
And if it is in our favor too, then we look forward to the consequences.
Let's hear from the Honorable Kwemka, particularly the aspect of the request brought to you seeking further and better particulars about this bond issue.
I will answer that.
By Kojoga Adawodu under Article 21, I suppose Article 21F, that's where he's looking at, 21(1)F, right to information.
First of all, let me say that it's becoming very clear and obvious that as Uncle Kweku took almost everything from me, it's becoming very clear and obvious that they've gone to the high seas to fish.
I thought you said you have no sale.
They will arrive home not with an empty basket, but with a badly damaged basket. It will not only be empty, it will be empty and badly damaged. You see, if you look at right from the onset, they keep shifting the goalpost. Bipartisan parliamentary committees would look at the matter while we're still at it, and the majority was absolutely in agreement with them. We should go along those tangents. They went to, what's the name? Shraj, a constitutionally mandated body to arrive at.
A member of your party.
A member of your party. And
he's not a common member. He's not a common member.
Please,
even then,
he's not a member of parliament.
He's part of the leadership in the Ashanti region. Yeah.
Do you associate with what he went to do there or not?
We do.
As a party.
And
that's what I'm saying.
We do.
Then he has gone with it. And this is a body constitutionally mandated to look into matters of this nature, which you think is within the jurisdiction of Shraj. Yes. Now, Shraj is yet to make a pronouncement on the matter. You ran to the US.
You see,
very soon
the issues before. No, please.
But hold on.
You see, don't make comments
hold on.
The issues before the US.
It's been explained that you are in the US for an aspect of it. Thank you.
You see, it does appear to me that they passed a certain judgment. Immediately, the issue was that they passed a certain judgment, and they think that anything short of that judgment is wrong. And that is why they are going to come crumbling and crashing and apologizing. Because precedents exist, even in your own government, as to how these things were done. And similar things have been activated. Then you cry wolf just because Ken is in charge of the Ministry of Finance today. You see, even that issue of conflict of interest, if you look at it from the legal perspective, there must be a real likelihood of conflict in circumstances of this matter. But you just float this and you continue to harp on it, say it every day as if there was something monstrously wrong with the processes that were adopted. And I have challenged you to come out and tell us that the processes that were activated leading to this particular bond were wrong because process A, process B, process C were not followed. And then we will be speaking to the issues and then extending the debate to a certain level that everybody can participate. But if we just come out and raise wolf without providing evidence of the processes that were actually sidestepped, if any, leading to whatever conclusions were arrived at, it will be very unfortunate. And that's why I'm saying that
will you supply him the information?
Yes. We have enumerated them.
No, we have answered Kojoga Dagogo.
Oh, you have?
We have. Even as at the time that he was on radio, we had answered him.
Really?
Yes, we have answered him long ago.
Oh, okay. So they have the further and better particulars to be able to proceed. Let's quickly finish in 30 minutes, 30 seconds, and let's have Bento finish up.
What we actually sought to indicate to him, and I would want that maybe after this, you can follow up. We'll give you a copy of it.
That's right.
And all that has been very clear that After we were interviewed on this matter, my boss was interviewed on this matter, she made certain opinions. And we have stated our position that there was absolutely nothing wrong with the processes leading to the issue. And I'm saying that the details of it, you can get it from the answers that we provided.
Thank you, Kofi. Samson, let me read a quote from the NDC. The SEC will primarily be investigating suspected conflict of interest and insider trading, which are violations of U.S. law by Honorable Trevor Trevgan, who is director of Franklin Templeton and a board chairman of Enterprise Group, a company owned and founded by the finance minister of Ghana, Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta. Listen, Enterprise Insurance, or that group, insurance company that started it, is the oldest insurance company in this country. It was not founded by Ken Ofori-Atta. You just made a point that there was a coincidence in terms of the visit of Mr. Trevgan, which sounded as if it was all planned.
Curious
I can tell you on authority that Mr. Trevgan has been coming to Ghana many times for over a decade now. Okay?
Mr. Benton, make your point.
I'm making my point.
Yes.
The point I'm making is this. There are even very simple, very little pieces of information that if you wanted to know, you will know.
Thank you.
And here's the main point. You have a Securities and Exchange Commission in this country. The minority is prepared to give you all the information. I have it on authority that there is no piece of information you have requested that you have not been given on this matter. And you decide to bypass all of them and go to the US. The matter is here, agro, any form. Okay? That is why you are being told that you are internationalizing your embarrassment. My worry is that you are pulling the whole country along with you.
Unfortunately.
And it's very, very unfortunate. Listen, every piece of information you want on this transaction will be given to you. But I suspect you don't want to know the truth, because the truth will stop you right in your tracks. Yes. Because of that, you are generating a lot of activity to suggest that there is something when there is nothing.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, a final point.
No, so hold on. Thank you very much. This show has been brought to you by Bank of Africa Strong as a group and closest partner. MTN, welcome to the new world. Breezy ERP, an innovative product of website solution. Coral Paint, paint your dream into reality. Prostacure tea from Medimoses, your natural remedy for all urinary problems. And Interstar Eye Clinic and Laser Center, best quality and care center. My guests on the show have been Abdul Malik Kweku Bako, he's editor-in-chief of the New Crusading Guide newspaper. Kofi Bentel is a lawyer, policy analyst, and vice president of Imani, Ghana. Joseph Dindiok Pemka is MP for Timpani, deputy attorney general and minister for justice. And Roxanne Nelson Dafiamakpo is MP South Dai and member constitutional, legal, and judicial committees of parliament. I'm Samson Ladi Ayen, and you have a good afternoon.